Welcome to Inner Quest. I'm Cindy Fuller, and today's message is Angels, Guides, and Teachers. I hope you are blessed by the words you hear and that you find a space in your own world where you can be more receptive to that spiritual support that's all around you. And so it is.
Do you know how many times the word or the concept of angels is mentioned in the Bible? More than two. There is a correct answer. The correct answer is a bunch. In the Old Testament and in the New Testament, angels are mentioned throughout the Bible. The idea of heavenly guidance permeates all faiths. In some of the ancient traditions, the pantheon of gods represented this guidance that could not be defined, yet they could feel different energies and different vibrations. We as a people know that there is a celestial influence and a presence that's with us and walks with us. And there's varying degrees of that. You all understand what I'm saying? So sometimes our heavenly presences we can feel very readily. Have you ever walked into a place and it's like, oh, the angels are here? You can feel it. It's strong. Have you?
Yes.
Thank you. Sometimes you can feel it in an old church, or you can feel it when you come to Inner Quest. Sometimes you meet people and you feel a presence with that person. You know, it's just like that Verizon commercial where there's all these people following them, and you feel this angelic presence with this person, like they are not alone. And you're probably not aware that sometimes you emit that energy. But what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about angels, guides, and teachers. And I want to tell you my understanding of these beings that help us and one of the ways that they do try to reach us. So we're going to start with angels. You ready? Okay. We are told in the Aquarian and in the Bible, but specifically in the Aquarian, they give us a much more detailed understanding of creation, and if you want to look it up, it's in chapter 32. The angels were a creation of God that never left the will of God. Mankind, child of God, infinite child of God. Yeah, we chose a little differently. And we have still the capacity to leave the will of God. We choose to turn toward God or away from God. You all understand this? Say I do. Thank you. Angels, as a group, never left the vibration and will of God. They are one with that heavenly space and one with God consciousness. They don't choose. They are. And what we know about angels is they have such a quality of serenity and love. Serenity, love, peace, purity. When you sense an angel, you can sense them in varying degrees. Do you know what determines that varying degree? You. If an angel has never left the will of God, would you feel them totally if you are not in the will of God? No. We feel them in varying degrees. But if you ever have the opportunity to see an angel in your dream or in reality, they are startlingly beautiful. Startlingly beautiful. You're taken aback instantly by the beauty that flows through their eyes, their face, their consciousness. It's amazing. And I know some of you have literally seen them with your eyes. All of us have felt them. But angels, we're told that when we are born, we have an angel that is with us. We call it a guardian angel that's with us from birth to death, cradle to grave. And I believe that's probably true. An angel that guides you and is here to help you on your journey. But I believe that we have a tremendous amount of other angels that are with us. And this is the job of angels. They love God's children, and they support what we choose. They love God's children, and they support what we choose. They choose God's will, but they support what we choose. So if the angel is choosing God's will and you as a human are choosing something that is detrimental to your well-being, you're going to be over here and your angel's going to be over here, loving you. You see? One of the greatest things that we can do, are you familiar with that angelic presence that I'm speaking about? One of the greatest things that we can do in our morning prayer is to ask that our angels keep us in the will of the One. How powerful is that? Ask that our angels keep us in the will of the One. If that is your morning prayer, this day, angels, keep me in the will of the One, then they will alter your behavior as you go in the day because they now have permission to intercede. They now have permission to intercede. I'm going over here in God's will, but my prayer this morning has been keep me in your will. They'll turn me. And when they turn me, I'll go, because I want to be over here. And they'll say, no, you've asked to be kept in the will, so we're going to turn you and we're going to put you over here. Do you see? So it's not always comfortable to say that prayer. But it's always powerful to say that prayer. Because then you know that I have declared for this day, everything that occurs to me, I've asked for it to be for my highest and best good, no matter what that looks like. You see? How powerful are those angels? So, we have a team of beautiful angels that guides us. Then we have our guides. Now, this is my understanding of guides. Guides are beings who come to assist us at our level of consciousness. In those moments when I am choosing to be over here, my angel's over here, a guide can actually be standing by my side. Guides are beings who have had physical earth experiences and crossed over to the other side. Guides are people. Angels have never incarnated. They're not children of God. They've stayed in the will of God. They don't have human bodies. Guides have had human bodies. They are your brothers and sisters on the other side. But they have said to God, Creator, I need to learn a lesson. I need to help someone. And they are assigned to people. Am I getting way out there for you guys? This is the truth. They are assigned to people based on their needs. So guides can be assigned based on something you're working on. Could be a life journey. Could be a family bond. Oftentimes grandmothers that are attached on the earth plane, don't you know they put in to be a guide for the grandkids when they cross over? Yeah. How many of you felt your mothers, fathers, grandparents as your guides coming through to help you in those moments? And they can reach you because they have been human. They can reach you. So I remember the first experience that I had with a guide. I was probably 18 maybe. When I was 17, I was in a work program at school where I went and did accounting half day. Accounting is easy smeezy for me. But it was in the ancient days when you did it manually with paper and pencil. And you had ledgers and you ticked and tacked. Many of you have no concept of that, but it's very difficult. And you chased a dime. If you were out of balance, you chased that dime till you found it. And I was just a child, 18, and I was so frustrated. I was doing the books of a company, a small startup company. And I was out of balance. And I cried. I was a baby. And I prayed. I said, God, I can't do this. This is just too hard. You have to help me, God. And while I'm praying and crying, of course I'm there alone, in walks in a man that I could see, but he was not on this dimension. And he had on his little black uniform, he had dark hair, and he was aggravated as all get out.